Mike Meilinger here. Today I'm talking to you about physical transformation and business transformation. And one thing I want to tell you is there's 7 steps to transformation. A lot of this, if you want more information, is you should look at Tony Robbins, who's one of the masters of transformation and has helped people transform their businesses, lives, and so forth. But the first step to transformation in any area of your life, physique, is, hey, you have to raise your standards, right? And raise your standards it's a physical thing that says, hey, it's a mental thing that says, hey, this is no longer acceptable. This is where I am, but that is the past. This is no longer acceptable. So in a physique, hey, non-negotiable, right? Hey, you've got to do your exercise every day. Non-negotiable, you've got to stick to your diet, right? Those are things to business too, is where are the standards you need to raise, and boom. Second thing is, one of the things is always try to change your state. Now, in the physique, you will be changing your state by exercise. I mean, one of the things I always say is that, hey, if you're exercising, your whole life gets better. Jim Rohn was famous that said that. Not a lot of people say, well, that doesn't matter. He says everything matters, right? So how do you change your state? Hey, you get more physically active, you do this, right? In business, what's important to measure is when you're dealing with your team members, is making sure you're in a positive state. Like a lot of times, business owners do a lot of damage when they get into a negative state, and it's very hard to recover for that. The third thing you have to do is upgrade your beliefs or get rid of limiting beliefs, right? Business owners are bad about saying, oh, it's always this way, or our customers won't, our employees won't, right? You got to eliminate those limiting beliefs. You got to start believing things can happen. You know, one of our core values in Meilinger is believe it can be done, right? Is we believe it can be done, right? So the fourth is this: clearly define the outcome that you're working towards. Like in a physique transformation, you should put your weight. You should put your waist size, what waist size you want to get to. You should talk about, your body fat percentage, right? Same thing with business. What's the outcome? Get clear, measurable goals. Not, we're going to improve this. No, it's going to increase by 20%. Or we're going to take our customers from 65 customers to 85 customers, or from 5,000 customers to 6,000 customers. A clear count. Or we're going to get our monthly recurring revenue from here to there. Clearly defined outcome. The fifth, and this happens over time, okay? But this is the most powerful thing you can do, is you have to change your identity, right? How do you do that, right? Well, one of the best ways to change your identity is get around people who are doing stuff you want to do. One of the things, we belong to a high-level group of CPAs that are doing a lot of great things and running really great businesses. So when we get around there and you say, hey, this person can do that, it slowly changes your attitude, your identity. But once you've got to change your identity, because if you don't, what will happen is after you do all these, you'll tend to drift backwards, okay? The sixth thing, and that's what we're doing right here, it's got to take massive action. Massive action is, hey, you got to be doing something every day to get your transformation. And the seventh thing is, and this is really in business, works really well, and this is one of my weaknesses, is once you've accomplished it, you've got to install systems to reduce the workload, right? So the thing is you can do all this massive action, right? And you can get all these results, but you should be thinking about, how do I systemize that to keep the results where I don't have to do it? Because the theory as a business owner is, hey, I did all this, got all these results, and then all of a sudden you take your eyes off of it and you don't have the systems in place. Guess what? You're gonna go back down to where you are. Thanks.